What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Relax and sit back. We have a lot to go over. A lot of interesting topics came up this week. A lot of highlights, a lot of breaking news, a lot of Hollywood drama. And what the fuck I've been doing. So let's just get into it with this new Mortal Kombat game getting teased on Twitter. That was pretty interesting. Obviously, we should be getting something from NetherRealms here soon. So I wasn't expecting a new Mortal Kombat game, but it is what it is if we get that. But I think Injustice 3, or if we could possibly ever get a Marvel versus DC, that would be incredible. Don't think it's ever going to happen, but if it does, that'd be nice. We also got a cringy Modern Warfare 2 trailer, which obviously everybody's going to be divided on that. There's no settling that. But I think, when this game comes out, I'm going to give you guys a real review on it. I'm not going to bullshit. If I suck at the game, I'll just say that. I feel like there's a lot of content creators that talk a lot about Call of Duty that they'll say they're in the top 10% of gamers, kill death ratio or whatever the fuck they want to spout off, and that their opinion just somehow matters more than anybody else's. And it's just kind of bullshit, So I'm going to tell you how it is. And I'm going to tell you if I suck. If I suck, I suck. That's just how it goes, But really, Call of Duty hasn't changed. I mean, it's changed its formula a little bit, tweaked it here and there. But for the most part, the gameplay's pretty much been, a standard. And it's why it sells like fucking crazy. It just, tweaks it here and there. And not every Call of Duty's for everybody. That's just, they've made that very much clear. I definitely liked Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019 over Vanguard. Even though I was good at Vanguard, it's lasers in fucking World War II and shit. It's not for me. Zombies sucked. So obviously, going forward, the shit might just derail off the fucking train, but we don't know. We don't know. This game might play great, but just have some flaws, and we get bored and drop it, and everybody knows it, and that's going to be something really interesting, actually, is when there's not a new Call of Duty to take over after, pretty much everybody drops whatever Call of Duty is there, which that could come 2, 3, 6 months after the launch, and then nobody talks about Call of Duty for an entire year. That would be insane just to think about, It seems like everybody's always talking about something Call of Duty, and that would be a nice break. That would be a nice break from all the dipshits. All the dipshits on the internet. That would be nice. But this next one was kind of interesting. Square Enix renamed one of their studios. I think it was Square Enix Montreal. I think that was the one. They renamed it Unuma or Unama. Can't pronounce it. Don't know what it is. But that was cool. I don't think I made a video about it, but I did make a short. About it, so that was something. But this next one I actually wanted to talk about pretty in-depth because it was interesting. The PlayStation 5's supply increased 400% compared to this time last year. So it's hyping everybody up, obviously, for God of War Ragnarok. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. And obviously everybody, I hope everybody gets their PlayStation 5. It's going to be probably hell. It seems like this is the actual launch for the PlayStation 5 is coming up next month. That's the way it feels because supply really never came back, Like I'm starting to see more Xbox Series X's in GameStops, but never seen one in a Walmart. I think I've seen Xbox Series S's. Those are in Walmart pretty frequent, but supply sucks. You can't really find any of them unless you're online, and then that just, I think I got my PS5 shipped off of Amazon, so that just sucks. It's just cringy to think about, but hopefully, with the PS4 and the Xbox One, I think they're like 92 and 96% down. Hopefully we can start to see the next generation start coming out, so that would be nice. That would be stellar. But, I found that pretty fun. Pretty fun to hear that it's 400% increased compared to last year. We also got Xbox's Gamepass revenues. It it allocated for $2.9 billion, which I have a little conspiracy theory that like it doesn't make sense, because obviously it's usually goes hand in hand with anything regarding online play. You would think you would get the Game Pass, combo thing. I think I pay, forget how much I pay for Game Pass, but it's like, wouldn't you imagine more people would have Game Pass? Because it's only had a 15 million subscriber growth over, I think, a year or two. Wouldn't you think it'd be more with how everybody's talks about it? It's on almost every YouTube video talking about Game Pass updates. It's just like no one's buying it. They're like, no, I'm good. Fuck that. It doesn't make much sense. So I just think it's scalpers. It's the fucking scalpers, dude. Like, I think because it just doesn't make any sense. They sold all these fucking Xboxes and nobody bought Game Pass? That's a little strange. So I was expecting it to be a bigger number, more subscribers, but that's a shitload too. But it just isn't when you think about it. I think they're at like 25 million, and that's just not shit, man, when you think about it. So I don't know. You also have the I'm gonna group these together because it's MetaQuest centric, both of them. The first one is how Iron Man VR is coming to MetaQuest 2. That was I found that interesting because I was getting kind of pissy, I think, last week that the PlayStation VR 2 isn't going to be backwards compatible, and I just got irritated by that. And then this was one of the games I wanted to play. I'm a big Iron Man fan, So if I ever do get a MetaQuest 2, I can play Iron Man. That's fucking dope. But the bigger news story was that MetaQuest Pro was announced with a $1,500 price tag, which is just insane. Obviously it's for business purposes. It ain't really practical. But it isn't a lot if you think about it as well. Like with GPUs being, how much was it? Like, there was just insane prices, $1,700-$1,700. So $1,500 for a VR system isn't too bad if you're gonna be one of those PC elitists buying the dopest shit that you can get your hands on. But I think they're probably gonna be waiting for the next iteration to make it more practical to the average consumer, which is what I'm waiting for. Give me I'll take a MetaQuest Pro if it was like $800 maybe. $1,500 is just a lot for VR that I'm not even sure on yet. I'm not even sure on VR at all. Like even the PSVR 2, I'm like, I don't know. It better be, $400 to $500. If it goes above that, it's kind of in like sketchy territory, But I don't know. That was interesting. We also got Cartoon Network. They got absorbed. They got absorbed by Warner Bros. Animation, and their future is uncertain. Obviously, this is because they have a lack of fucking shows. I don't know the last time I've ever watched cable TV in general, but just Cartoon Network, centric shows. Like I think the last one I watched was Adventures of I can't remember the name. Adventure Time, I think, was the last one. And there was a couple other ones that like my girlfriend was into back in the day, way late in the timeline, because I don't know, cartoons just seem like they just got terrible after my generation. The late 90s, early 2000s were the prime. It was just fantastic. And the fact that these new shows, they just suck. They just all around just suck. There's no wonder. But then that, what made me sad was I thought about Adult Swim. I was like, is Adult Swim gone now? Did that happen? I felt like every article I was reading, nobody brought that up. They're just, it is now going to be absorbed into Warner Bros. Animation. We don't, Cartoon Network is not dead. It's just uncertain. It's like, what? Tell me the facts, man. I want to know if Adult Swim is gone. That's my childhood, bro. That would be fucking terrible. Those three 3 in the morning, fucking you wake up randomly to Adult Swim. Those nights were golden, fucking golden, bro. So that's sad, but it is what it is. Cartoon Network. I wonder what's happening with Nickelodeon. I haven't heard anything on Nickelodeon forever too. Or Disney. What the fuck's up with all of them? I feel like streaming just killed it, which I'm sure a lot of parents probably use Disney Plus for Disney, and then you got Paramount Plus has all the Nickelodeon shit. So I guess you still got it that way if you really want to, but I don't know. As for shit that came out today, they're actually pretty big news articles, but there's only 2 that I noticed. So that's crazy. The first one was that Microsoft's argument about the Activision acquisition, it got dismissed from the regulators in the UK. And I woke up to that and was like, you gotta be shitting me, bro. Are you joking? Like, I just made a video about this saying, I'm sure it'll go through, but I'm wondering what's gonna happen, and then this, and I'm wondering, like, what's going on? Like, are they gonna get Call of Duty or are they not? Because if they don't get Activision, that's just gonna be wild. That's just gonna be fucking crazy. And I could totally see it, but I don't know. I just don't understand the world, really. I should really look into this before I make videos on it, but I just don't understand. Like, so let me get this straight. My uneducated brain is trying to wrap its mind around it itself. So if you want to buy a company and an agreement's made out, but then after that agreement's made for whatever price, then you have to get it approved by the fucking world. And then what the fuck? What happens? Does Brazil get to step in and be like, override the UK or vice versa? How does this work? Let me know in the comments below if you have a business degree. I'm just curious, or economics degree. Oh, but phone fucking spam. But yeah, I'm just I'm curious where this is going, if they're gonna get Call of Duty or not. It's just mind-bending that they gotta go continent to continent. Like, what do you guys think of this? Well, we don't like it. It's like, well, I think you should like it because look at this stuff. And then they're like, no, we don't care about that stuff. And it just doesn't make sense. It seems comical, but it's just a lot of drama. And then we also got Harrison Ford. He got confirmed by many to be the Red Hulk in the MCU, starring in Captain America: The New World Order, which is gonna be an interesting movie. Apparently it has the leader's gonna be in it. I imagine one of the Hulks, the Red Hulk, Captain America as what's his face, Anthony Mackie. So that should be interesting. I don't really have a problem with Harrison Ford. He looks the part for General Ross. I know a lot of people were saying that the Red Hulk is gonna be Betty Ross is gonna be a female Red Hulk. That was kind of fucking batshit. So yeah, that sounds like bullshit. So I'm glad he has a mean ass face. So maybe they could get his face. That should be cool. That should be really interesting. But as for the Hollywood drama, the fucking Dwayne Johnson, this kind of like lit the internet up. Dwayne Johnson says Superman versus Black Adam is happening, and it just blew everybody's fucking brain. I think, no doubt, it should be happening. With all the press that, and the fact that Henry Cavill, Dwayne Johnson have the same agent. They've been on Instagram lately and shit, and he's just been kind of like doing nods and teases at the idea. What I'm curious though is, because obviously it's gonna happen, it has to happen, and Warner Bros is probably gonna try and use this to piggyback, the DCEU reboot, and I just want to know if it's gonna happen in Black Adam. Is it gonna be a post-credit scene? Is it gonna be like the last battle, or what's gonna happen? Cannot wait. It looks like a good movie. Hopefully they don't fuck it up. You know, anything is possible. Like The Last of Us. So apparently The Last of Us, the actor that's playing Ellie, who I don't even like from the get-go. I don't like her. She don't look right. You know, for many of reasons. I just do not like her. She does not look like Ellie. She don't sound like Ellie. I'm not digging her. Well, she was advised not to play the game. So now, not only are we not getting someone that looks like Ellie, you know, or sounds like Ellie, but now we have someone that potentially has a script that could be anything at this point, you know? She could literally say whatever the fuck she wants as Ellie, because that she's going to make Ellie herself, you know, her vision of Ellie, which they do this a lot in Hollywood, I feel like, recently, and it's just fucking stupid, because not every actor is a writer, you know? That's just how it goes. And if you just give people free reign, then anything is possible. And then I'm gonna call it this show's gonna bomb. It's gonna do good the first couple weeks and then fucking die off. I'm a predictor right here. I'm predicting that. We also got the Blade development issues that came up this week. I think I made a whole video on that because that was just crazy. It wasn't just Blade though, but Blade was the major one. So it got shut down indefinitely, which it came out, I think it's coming out 2024 now. So, and there were some other Marvel projects got delayed as well. But it just shows that, you know, this is a big year for Marvel. Depending on how everything goes this next year, I think is going to change probably what they're thinking is. I know they're going to start doing these special presentations more often, like Nova. I think Nova is getting it's been a big rumor he's going to have his debut as a like hour-long special presentation, which I'm fine with that as long as it's an hour. You know, if it's 45 minutes and then, you know, a long ass fucking credit scene that's like 10 minutes, that just sucks. Like, I don't want that. I want a full hour with just whatever you want to show. You know, and then make your 10 minutes of fucking credit scene going down, you know. That's just so annoying. Like, She-Hulk had some short ass episodes that were like 23, 26 minutes, and then just the rest was credits. Very irritating. But yeah, definitely want to see where Marvel goes. It's really interesting because I want to know if Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, if that bombs, what everybody's going to be thinking, you know, because I'm just curious, because every fucking movie this year has underperformed. So if a Black Panther 2 movie bombs, and I mean, it doesn't even have Black Panther in it, you know, the Black Panther that we all know. So is that going to affect anything? Is that going to impact ticket sales? Definitely be interesting to look at that. I'm still going to go see it. Still want to go check it out, but what's going to happen? And then the last Hollywood drama news was American Horror Story's new teaser for its New York City season, which I still haven't watched. I haven't watched the teaser, but I'm hyped. I took a long break from American Horror Story. I was watching it for a long bit, and then somewhere along the lines, I think it was the Freak Show one. I think I stopped for a couple seasons, and I came back, and I'm all caught up now, but I think I still have to watch like 6 or 7, but I don't know. I'll see. But what I've been watching, so we finished She-Hulk. A video should be coming up tonight or tomorrow, kind of reviewing it. I think it's pretty interesting what they did. It was terrible. I think that Marvel is definitely going in a weird direction in some sorts, and yeah, definitely hope Marvel isn't in the... A lot of people already are saying Marvel's dead, which is just sad, because it's early on. We haven't really seen anything too substantial that's been, you know, a complete bomb, you know. So that might be Thor Love and Thunder though, but I haven't checked that box office in a while, so I don't know. But yeah, I finished She-Hulk. Have that fucking review up tomorrow probably. I also finished Cobra Kai. That was something I've been kind of like ignoring. I think my parents watched it and they've been pushing it on me, so I just kind of like been watching that like crazy. There's like 5 seasons. But they're shorter episodes, so it wasn't too bad. A little cheesy here and there, but you know, I grew up with Karate Kids, so that's nice. A little tribute show. They're already planning another season, so that's awesome. Me and my dude watched the original Hellraiser, and we didn't get to the reboot. I watched that with my girlfriend, but yeah, I watched the original Hellraiser just to compare it to the reboot. The reboot was okay. I might make a review on that, but honestly, I don't care that much. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't really, you know, it doesn't rival Hellraiser, you know, because Hellraiser to me wasn't a perfect horror movie either, especially the original one. Like, I prefer Hellraiser 2 over the original. So if we're talking about the original Hellraiser, that's like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 movie. This is a solid 7. You know, still good, still above average, but is it perfect? No. Does it rival the original? No. But is it bad? No, it's not. So check it out. It's on Hulu. But yeah, my girlfriend liked it too. She thought it was interesting. I started American Gigolo. That's not bad. I'm just 2 episodes in, so I can't really say too much about it, but I do like that dude. Forget his name. It just kind of like lost me right now, but he played in The Punisher and The Walking Dead. Cannot remember his fucking name to save the life of me. But yeah, American Gigolo, and I need to finish City on a Hill with Kevin Bacon. That one started off really good too, and I just got a couple episodes in and fell off. I do gotta look at I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's called Andor. I don't know, but I want to see if that's any good too. I've heard mixed things on that. So Star Wars is a hit or miss. It feels like I like the Mandalorian, but the Book of Boba Fett was definitely under that. So, and then Obi-Wan was like, that was like a 50-50. You know, sometimes it was a great show and sometimes it wasn't. You know, but I gotta get to a lot that I've been ignoring. I've been ignoring a lot of shows on Amazon Prime, HBO Max. It's just gotten out of fucking hand, you know. So I got a lot to do. As for like movies, you know, we're gonna go see Halloween Ends Sunday. I have Peacock, but I do just want to see it in theaters. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to see it. I'll rewatch it for maybe review reasonings, but yeah, that should be interesting. I liked the last one, and it was a fun time watching that in theaters. So hopefully this one is just as good or better, hopefully. So that's, you know, because I think the one from 2018 was a little meh, and then Halloween Kills was really good, and this one, it needs to top it, definitely. So we're gonna see that Sunday. I haven't really been playing anything. I occasionally have been playing Stray, but I've really just been taking a sort of a break until Modern Warfare 2, because I know I'm gonna that's like in a little over a week, so that's gonna take up my time. I'm definitely gonna give that a month, probably playing that just to rank up and see how it plays. It might be terrible, we do not know. I'm not gonna judge it until it fucking drops. I'm just that type of person, you know. I'm a fair guy. But so what's up with the channel? We just posted the Smile review, and that was pretty good. Check that out. I might link that below in the description. Just a simple review. I think it's like 8 minutes long, and give my little first impressions, and then it kind of just goes in a tangent after that point. Talking about how the movie could have been so much better if we did it this way. But yeah, check that out down below. Next Gen Charts also got a new video. It's nice to see the progression. I think honestly all that's happening is the Switch just keeps dropping in units sold, and you just see the PS5 and Series X just slowly increasing every week. And you know, obviously I think the Switch 2 or Switch Pro is going to be announced probably November next year. I could see if it starts dropping like crazy, they could announce it for, you know, holiday 2024 or some shit. I could see that happening, but you know, we're just gonna have to wait and find out. I like looking at graphs. Graphs on my shit, man. But yeah, honestly, I think it's gonna be expected that Saturday and Sundays are usually the channel's slow days, with, you know, news usually popping off at the start of the week, dying by the weekend. At least it seems that way. So I'm gonna try and keep it consistent with videos. I should be live streaming more when Modern Warfare 2 launches. Definitely try to live stream as much as possible, just so you guys got gameplay content. You can see I'm not a fucking dope, that I know how to play video games. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep it consistent between Monday to Friday. Usually Fridays are just the podcast, maybe an extra video, but I don't usually do too much on the weekends. Saturday depends, you know. Saturday sometimes I make a video, sometimes I don't, depending on what happens, and if our days off kind of like align a certain way, you know. So Sundays are usually a no-go, just because, you know, I'm usually playing the game, watching a bunch of shows and shit. It's usually like my day to do whatever the fuck. So, and then football Sunday. I don't really watch NCAA as much, actually. I used to watch that more than the NFL, but I don't know. Sundays it's always just convenient, and Saturdays it's not. I have no idea why, but yeah, a lot of new shit coming to the channel. I feel like I've gotten a lot of the playlists kind of just like all this like little mini series that I got going on, like the Wolf's Den. This is kind of like getting into shape, sort of. But you got click impressions. That's you know, impressions a click away. I thought that was clever. Maybe it's not. But I got that that should be going soon, because we go to the fucking theater so much that I can make reviews pretty frequent if I wanted to. But other than that, I mean, we got the Wolf shorts. There hasn't been a lot for Wolf shorts. I have not had a lot of cool shit pop up in that style. So, and then next gaming is doing awesome. I don't know, I like doing the more I do next gaming, the more I kind of like refine it to being like today's news highlights, you know. I try to keep it short. I try not to go over, like, on average, like 4 or 5 minutes. That seems like a lot, you know, but then again, I also like talking about the shit. And I like, obviously you guys like seeing it. Like, if there's a full trailer and it's like a minute, if I can talk about that whole thing for a fucking minute, I would love to. But then I feel like at the same time, nobody wants to. But then you can also skip around, but then some people don't like to skip around. They just like to see all their shit like in one stream. They're like, oh, 2 minutes, everything in 2 minutes, boom. So I don't know how I'm really gonna navigate all these shows that I made, but hopefully I can just get better with them and really fine tune them and have a lot of fun with it, because, you know, obviously the channel's awesome. I love doing this. I love making videos every day. And we've gained a lot of subscribers. Actually, we're just under 240, and when I first started this, we were around 75. When I came back to YouTube, I was at 75 subscribers, so we got up to 240 almost. So that's hell of a gain. I think it's gonna be a lot easier once we get up to over 1,000. That's gonna be an awesome milestone. Hopefully it don't take too long. But yeah, channel's going awesome. one day I'll make a setup video and all that. That should be fun, but maybe I'll use that as milestone rewards. You know what I'm saying? Do it like the classic YouTube way. But I don't know. I'm having fun, you know? It's definitely not like the most exciting side hobby in the world, you know? Like, I feel like it's fun when you're creating a lot of cool shit and playing with it, you know, trying to make everything look as awesome and sound as cool as possible. And you know how many fucking takes some of this stuff takes? My girlfriend has been making, because I save everything gets saved no matter if it's a fucking failure or not. It's somewhere in this fucking storage, and she's like, you should make a blooper reel with all the funny shit. And I've honestly been thinking about it, because I do say a lot of dumbass shit that I think could be pretty entertaining, to be honest. Because you know, there's so many things that could go wrong with recording that I think a lot of people don't understand, you know, because it's like I could sneeze right now and ruin an entire take, or like just a segment, because the way I did it originally, like, just want to talk about my little history, and it's only been like 2 months. But originally I was just like cocky as hell, and I was like, you know what, I can do everything in one take without a script. That's the way I'm gonna do it. It's gonna sound real and authentic, and it did. I'll give it that. But I said so many and 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 when I went back and listened to it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, that sounds rough. That sounds really bad. And I was like, okay, so I gotta make a script. And then when I made a script, I didn't really know how to do it. I still wanted to do the in one take method, so it like flow seamlessly, you know. And it just made for recording hell. Everything took forever to record, so I'm like, I gotta do it in one take. It's gonna sound awesome, and I won't have to edit it that much, you know, try to make excuses as to why it sounded like a good plan. And then I ended up just started to do segments and call it a day. And that's worked out the best. That because it's like I'll fuck up like 10 times on something simple, and then the rest is just okay, boom, everything just hits perfect. It was just that one word I could not fucking nail, you know, or I said it stupid, or I said it with a lisp every time, and it was annoying, you know, shit like that. So a lot of work goes into it that's, you know, tedious and irritating and can give you a fucking headache. Like, I also had to turn the brightness down on my my monitor, because this bitch is fucking it was so fucking bright that, and it didn't bug me. Like, I'm cool with bright stuff, but when it's hours on end, and I looked around, I'm like, oh my god, my fucking eyes, and I had a headache develop, and I'm like, yep, let me just turn that shit down. No, thank you, please. So I don't know. It's been fun though. I definitely want to see where this goes, and I'm also doing this without any Photoshop, so that's fun. You know, that is so much fun. I just always love the idea of doing a podcast, just fucking kicking the shit, talking about whatever the fuck comes to head. But also, like, the way I'm doing it now is it's a script sort of, and then it just ends. So then I don't know really what to talk about after, because that's literally what was on my fucking mind, and I don't want to just end it abruptly. Like, that sounds like a short podcast, you know. But I don't know. We're gonna figure it out as time goes on, for sure. Definitely just, you know, because we watch so much shit and go to the theater like crazy. That's kind of like its own segment of shit that's, you know, to talk about. And obviously the film industry, what that fucking has. There's honestly there's probably more to talk about, regarding the film industry. It was just like the shit that kind of like sparked some thoughts to me myself. Like there's probably a million fucking articles that came out regarding film, but I only found 5 that interested me, you know. So, you know, we could work on that as well. Breaking news today just sucked, and it was just kind of like, it was kind of just the news highlights that was the main topics, but I don't know. We're gonna figure the show out. We're gonna get it perfected to the max, because, you know, when I'm not scripted, I'm the funniest. I'm more myself, you know. When I'm reading a script, I try to make it sound right, you know, but that I don't want the podcast to be just a scripted show, you know. So that's a goal, but everything else be awesome. I mean, obviously I gotta work on how to review something, kind of like make it my own review. Smile was just kind of like this fast little thing that I had on my mind, you know, but, you know, everything's gonna be kind of tweaked and worked a little different, and it should be a good time. It should be awesome, and hopefully this podcast gets, you know, the only reason I'm kind of like talking about this is because usually this podcast only gets about 10 to 14 views, so so I don't know, I'm not as embarrassed to talk about all this stupid shit, but yeah, I do want to make this podcast better. I might even, you know, start playing shit in the background. I just don't know about that yet. I could do it. It wouldn't be an issue. So that was an idea, to make the podcast kind of go in and out of this background, and then of whatever I'm talking about possibly, but that's a shitload of editing. Especially if this is going on for like hours, you know. So I don't know. I might just do. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it, but we will see. We will definitely see, because that is a lot of editing. You don't realize how much an hour of time is until you have to edit every 10 fucking minutes of it. You know, but who knows? That might be where we're going, because I don't really upload on Fridays like that. Usually it's just this podcast that I put out, so I don't know. We'll just have to see. Anyway, guys, that's today's show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join the Wolf Pack. Peace.